Hey, good morning everybody. It's been a while since I've done a mukbang. Things have just been crazy and I don't feel like I've had time to really just sit and enjoy a meal in leisure. And today, it's going to be quick, but I'm going to enjoy it. I am really hungry. So of course we have our Snap, Crackle, and Pop classy bowl that my husband found somewhere in the garbage. We have our standard fruit salad. I don't want to tip it too much because I'm going to pour it all over. Fruit salad with blueberry yogurt. We have almonds on top, which I think is your lower calorie nut. And instead of buying granola right now, I'm trying to make use of what I have a lot of, and that's Cheerios. I probably have over 30 boxes of Cheerios in the house that I've couponed for and gotten either for 50 cents or free. So I decided I got to use some of these Cheerios. I love Cheerios. So I'm going to sprinkle Cheerios on top instead of granola for a while. And the Cheerios are very delicious. So, here we go. Get a big old bite going. I got some plum here and a chunk of orange and yummy yogurt and some Cheerios. De-freaking-licious. And though I will say the blueberry yogurt is not my favorite of the yogurt flavor toppings. But for some reason I bought a whole bunch of it. Yum. I'm just shoveling it in. Trying to think, what should we chat about? Sorry, got an itch. What are we going to chat about today? Interesting combination of flavors I'm thinking about. Well, my little twinsies started kindergarten, and so far that's going very well. They really seem to like school. I'm very glad they have each other as backup there, so they have like an automatic friend. But they've both made friends. They play independently with other kids. In fact, I'm not sure they're keeping an eye on each other to the extent that I would like them to. But no problem making the transition to school. Throughout the summer, they were staying up way too late at night, sleeping way late in the morning, and I thought, this is going to be brutal when they have to start to get up at like 6:30 and go to bed early. But right off the bat, they got into the new routine very easily. I tried to transition them at the end of the summer to going to bed earlier and getting up earlier, but I didn't do a very good job of it. And it's fine. They've adjusted really well. Thank goodness. In fact, they actually both like getting up really early, because I get up really early, and so they feel like they have extra time to hang out with me in the morning. Like I'm so much fun first thing in the morning. Shoveling it in. I feel like I'm not really putting out there in terms of conversation, but I'm really hungry. We have to do a bunch of errands today, the husband and I. Kids are starting swim class after school today at the local YMCA. There's a parents association meeting at school today. With my older daughter, I was never involved in the Parents Association type deals with her school because I raised her as a single mom and, you know, working full time, and she was in after school programs, and I just wasn't going to go anywhere in the evenings. I wasn't going to leave her with somebody, even her own father, not my first choice. And I wanted to spend my time with her. And at the school she went to, a lot of times the Parents Association meetings were during the day. So clearly they expected there to be a pretty significant population of moms who were stay-at-home moms, which is great for them, but I had to work, and I couldn't leave work to go to a parents association meeting. But at least at this school they have it in the evening. But I think I'm going to send my husband because I'd rather be home with my kids. Because I also have kind of social anxiety because I'm a bit of a weirdo, and yeah, I don't know if I can be trusted to be at the meeting and not say something real foolish and embarrassing, as you can possibly imagine. Though I'm not so sure my husband can either. I'm a little nervous about that. I'm really debating which one of us can pass for normal better. But I just want to stay home with the kids. He enjoys the socializing more than I do. I'm just a hermit. I'm not friendly. It kind of speaks to, can your personality really change over time? And generally I would say no, but I used to be very extroverted when I was younger. And I mean, shy, also kind of shy because insecure, but extroverted in terms of getting my stimulation from the outside world. And now I feel like I'm much more of an introvert. Like I kind of push the outside world away and I'm just all like in my thoughts and in my crazy little bubble world in my head. And I also enjoyed socializing a lot more when I was younger, but maybe it's over the years of having just done and said really stupid things in my social interactions that I've realized I'm just socially a spaz, and it's given me social anxiety. Now I don't even want to, I just don't have the desire to get out there and meet people and have friends. And I mean, I have a couple of friends, I think. The idea of having to make conversation with a bunch of parents, especially because my husband and I are older, so I know like a lot of these other parents are going to be much, much younger, and I feel like, you know, they're going to be like, oh, those your grandchildren? No, I just had my twins when I was 47. I'm old. Sorry. The thing with my husband is, though, he's got some significant health issues. That's why he's a stay-at-home dad. And he tells everybody all the details of his health issues. Like people he barely met, he's just going to start to talk about it. I'm not sure everybody's necessarily that fascinated, but I mean, he really, like the mailman, he's going to tell. And like we have this house that's really, really old, and it's near a park, and it's kind of a historical house. So people are always stopping by and talking about how much they love the house, and then so these are strangers, complete strangers, just saying, oh, I really like your house, and then he'll be like, well, yeah, it's a lot of work, and we thought we would be able to do all this upkeep and renovation and gardening, but then, you know, I have this problem with my aorta, and he'll just go into right away, the whole thing, he'll tell you the whole thing. Perhaps because he thinks I don't give him enough sympathy and attention, so he's trying to get it from other people. How much attention do you need? You're not a baby. I have babies to take care of. I'm plowing through this quickly. I don't know, isn't that interesting? I love the weather today. It's like gray, but there's a really nice fresh breeze, and it kind of feels like when you're near the ocean. We have a river out there, so we're pretending it's the ocean today. And it's not that cold out though. It's not like a cold wind and makes it chilly. It's just this really nice fresh breeze, and it's warm enough without the blazing sun coming down, so excellent. I love it. I love a good fresh breeze, opening up all the windows and blowing the stink out of the house. So I got a bunch of free corn the other day. And I made this big pot of corn chowder, which I think is actually quite good. Corn is really not very nutritious, but this corn chowder, it's pretty tasty. And it's made with skim milk, and it's got some sauteed onions in there, and some cut up sweet peppers, and it's pretty tasty. And there's a lot of it in the big pot. And I thought, well, everybody in the family likes corn, so everybody's going to want to eat it. Nobody wants to eat it but me. They all say they like it, but they just prefer to have something else. So I feel like in my future there's a lot of corn chowder. Picky eaters irk me. And my kids are slightly picky, but I have to say my husband is really picky. And that really bugs me because the man's role, and I don't care if it sounds sexist to say that man has a role, but the man in the household has the role of being the garbage disposal. He is the human garbage disposal in that he needs to eat whatever I put in front of him and say, look, this was going bad in the back of the fridge. You got to eat this. Right? What am I supposed to do? Because you can't waste the food. He doesn't embrace this role. He's pickier than any child. In one way, he's easy to please because who does eat a peanut butter sandwich for any meal? Okay, that's easy. But sometimes there are things in the fridge that have to be eaten. There are leftovers. There are things that are going to go bad. You got to eat them. You can't just be making yourself a peanut butter sandwich all the time because there is other food. I gotta say that man has the weirdest digestive system you could imagine. It's fast. Doctors will tell you it takes a certain amount of time once food enters your mouth for it to make its final exit in the journey. There's a certain, I don't know how many hours it takes to work its way through your body. Half an hour for my husband. I kid you not. Very fast. And corn is your telltale marker. If you haven't eaten corn in days, or weeks or months, and then you have an ear of corn, and half an hour later, you're pooping out corn, that's a half-hour system there. That is him. There's something wrong with that. I think he's missing some intestine and doesn't know it. Maybe that's why he can eat so much and not really gain weight. Because he eats like a morbidly obese person would eat. He eats a huge amount of food. And not healthy food. That's not a man who's going to be eating fruit salad and yogurt. Don't I wish I had that kind of metabolism? Yes, I do. And he gets full very, very quickly. He'll eat a very small amount, and then he'll be full and stop, which is really weird because the concept of actually being full is very alien to me. So he'll eat frequently, but these tiny little meals because he's so full. I find that really weird. That was a big bite. I'm almost done. Well, you know. I understand you're busy. You have other things to do too besides sit here and chat with me while I'm shoveling in my breakfast. I thought about doing this ice cream mukbang. It'd be like a fantasy come true for me. Because doing it as a mukbang would give me an excuse for doing it. Like, that legitimizes it. But I had this image of myself just surrounded by all these containers of ice cream. And like a big pile of those waffle cones. And just like eating one after the other. I could challenge myself to see how many giant ice cream cones I could eat. And you'd be like, oh, maybe she can eat 2, 3. Some people would be like, no, she looks like she can eat 8. Oh, it'd be more than that, believe me. I could. Before I would probably get bored and tired before I would feel full. Or I would start to think, oh, it's been enough sweet stuff, now I want to switch to savory. So I'd have to go eat like a few tuna sandwiches. And then I could come back to the sweet stuff. I could. I am trying to instill much better, healthier eating habits in my children. I'd never let them see me just surround myself by gallons and gallons of ice cream. I've actually never done that, but I just feel like it'd be really fun. That was my last bite. That's always my little end of the mukbang shoulder maneuver. Alright, I gotta get on with my exciting day. I will talk to you all later.